Putin. The floor is yours, Mr. President. Dear Mr. Chairman, dear colleagues, first of all, I would like to join the commitment to the appraisal of the work Malaysia has done this year as the chairman of the APEC forum. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And an important thing to say that despite the known difficulties because of the outbreak of the coronavirus, the APEC has been developing, and the cooperation within APEC has been developing, and which is proven by the agenda, by the busy agenda, by the schedule that we're discussing today. And obviously, the priority is working together in combating coronavirus, which has been just said by Chairman. And Russia has things to offer to our partners, to our friends. So we have a lot of scientific data, clinical data already. And the experience, I would like to remind you that Russia has created and registered 2 vaccines, Sputnik V and APEC Corona. And yet another vaccine, the 3rd vaccine, is now going through the last stage of the clinical trials. We are working with our partners, discussing the shipment and the localization of production of vaccines locally. And both vaccines, they have correspond to 2 important criteria. They are safe and they are efficient. The only question is to start the mass production. And we are already doing that in Russia. We see that the pandemic led to the majority of the Asia-Pacific region countries. The number of the coronavirus cases in Asia-Pacific countries is more than 26 million, and across the world, more than 50 million, according to WHO. The virus and complications caused by it takes more and more life. It looks concerning for the economy, for the social areas, because of the decline in the industry and the financial problems. A lot of people are now below the poverty line, and it has been already we're risking to see dozens of millions of people below the poverty line, and the global GDP will decrease by 4.4%, and overall GDP of the APEC countries will decrease by 2.5%. We are going to witness decline in Russia, according to our estimates, of about 3.9%. And the indicators of the international trade decreased by more than, and we can see escalation of the economic discrepancies between the leading players on the market. We can see negative factors that allow us to see the objective situation in the world and on the market, and it should make the international community to close ranks and to work together to mitigate this result, to improve the situation. And Russia is ready to cooperate closely with all the interested countries. Of course, it means with partners of APEC, from APEC as well. And this springtime, we have suggested to create green lanes, so-called green lanes, that will be free of any restrictions and sanctions. First of all, in regard of the supplies of the foodstuff and of medicines. First of all, we're talking about the countries that really need this, urgently need this. We think that the implementation of this initiative would help not only to facilitate the humanitarian crisis in the world, but also to develop the international trade, something that a lot of my colleagues talked about. And more and more relevant is the cooperation between the Asia-Pacific countries. It has already been said a number of times in the digital transformation area and the implementation of digital technologies and governance systems, urban development, remote education projects, and remote medical services, access to the markets and to the capital, to the funds. We also think that we should work on coordination within APEC on the matters of the protection of the private data and prevention of the crimes in the IT and the cyber environment, which is very important due to the growth of the digital economy. Regarding by the estimates of experts, damage from the cyber crimes by 2021 could be as much as $6 trillion. And I agree with estimates that a lot of leaders have made today. Namely, one of the most important objectives of the APEC is establishing in the Asia-Pacific region an open and sustainable society and community for the prosperity and well-being of our citizens. And of course, we support the draft of our statement about the long-term objective of APEC development until 2040. And at the same time, we believe that to achieve these ambitious goals, to reach these goals, it is important to continue to work on building the cooperation based on the principles of the UN Charter, which is the equality of the states, non-interference in the internal affairs, the respect for the right of people, for the self-determination, and to involve not only all the economies in the region, but also to involve international institutions. So we should work together to combine all its potential to overcome a number of challenges and to implement large-scale trans-border projects. And that's why Russia is talking about the Eurasian partnership in safety, security, humanitarian, and economical cooperation. I would like to emphasize that Russia wants to work together with all partners in the Asia-Pacific region and within APEC. We will actively collaborate and cooperate with New Zealand that are taking the chair of APEC next year. We would like to wish our partners from New Zealand biggest of success. So I would like to thank you for your attention. Thank you.